Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I'm not sure how well you can hear me, but good morning to you. I had to put on the AC today. Wow. I just got out the house and it's a beautiful, it's a beautiful day. Wow. I got to monitor my the temperature because I'm feeling very hot in the van. Uh, my temperature gauge is dropping to 69. It was 70, 69 now. I'm going to be monitoring it, but I have the AC on. But greetings, friends. Greetings, greetings, greetings. How is everybody? My God. Hi, Molly. Long time. Oh, my Molly. I have forsaken you. Oh, yeah, yeah. But I know that you're in good hands. You're in the hands of God. Good morning to you. Good morning to everybody. Um, Let me see. Lord, good morning. And Gloriana, good morning. Yes, yes, welcome, welcome. We are both live, by the way. When I'm on my on mobile, I am both live on YouTube and on Facebook now. So, greetings to everybody. I want to just take the opportunity to thank all those who supported the show last night. A lot of persons told me that they were not aware that I was on. I'm normally on Monday and Tuesdays at 8 p.m. And that is going to be changing in the next week or so when we will be on the ground in St. Lucia. We'll be broadcasting 6 days a week, 6 days for the week, 24 hours broadcasting. And so it's going to be all around excitement, and we're going to show you certain, we're going into communities where you can see. For those of you who have not traveled home in a long time, we will take you live in HD into the communities and some of the agencies. We will be out there by the grace of God. We're still putting our team together, our group together, and it's going to be a blessing for you, my friends. Okay? It's going to be a blessing. So I got to monitor this thing. It normally gets very hot if the sun is out. Let me just feel it. Okay, so it will cool down in a while. Um, and we're together. So I want to thank those of you who came on last night, and we did actually almost 3 hours, I believe, of broadcasting last night. I didn't realize that, and the program that I had planned, I was not able to execute it because I opened the phone lines very early in the program, and so it led us to having a number of persons calling in, especially from the Labour Party side. I really appreciate the calls. I don't want you to get bent out of shape when people who are not from your side call the show. It is healthy. It is good to hear other opinions. It helps with the discussion. So a lot of person I heard they say, "Well, I'm angry, I'm upset, I'm going, I'm leaving. I'll come back when he's gone." But I found out a lot about the brother who called, and he's a staunch supporter of the the Labour Party. And I could have dealt with him, managed him. He was not insultive or anything, and that's important. And it's part of the democracy of a nation, two sides, and we sometimes got to just listen and let it goes a long way. I'm not sure if you heard me. Hi, Jules. Yes, and Morris. Welcome to the platform. Jules, you are on YouTube. Morris, you're on Facebook. That's the good thing about this piece of device that I'm using. I can actually see your location. So not your location, but I can see where you're viewing us what platform you are using. New spin is going to start in a while, in the next 29 minutes. And so we're going to be here with you. Um, by the way, I'm not sure if many of you saw that KKRR fell off his chair last night, flipped right over backwards. That's the first thing I saw this morning. The truth is, I laughed until I cried because it was so funny that he was talking. No, he loved PGP sub. I love PGP. He's in love. Oh, he's in love with PGP. And then within a few seconds, the guy roll over backwards with his foot in the air, fall off the chair, completely off, flat down, flat out there. That was funny. That was funny, my friend. You got to keep your balance. Well, you're not really my friend, because you're like a ship without a sail. So you're not my friend. But at least you be careful with your balance. That's all I can tell you. You don't have to be my friend for me to tell you be careful, especially with your weight and you're sitting on a chair like that, and then you're falling in love with PJP all over again. You got to be careful with your balance. It can affect your mental balance also. So be very cautious. When I saw you flip over. I mean, can you imagine a minute you're sitting there talking, and the other minute you flip over backwards, not even forward. You went back. You got to be careful, brother. Publicly, that was humiliating because I'm telling you, there's certain, and you can't get away from it, folks. And this is just on the go for half an hour, drama, excitement, news, words of wisdom. This guy, I don't care how he spins it. It's an embarrassing moment. It was very embarrassing. It's like you talking to the person you love, you showing off. You see a girlfriend you like, so you showing off, and then you just fall down in front of her. Uka hot gasa, uka hot. Mom think I disappear. Uka hot. So when I saw the man flip over on the chair, except yours love mem they don't know if the man break a foot, break a hand, break a neck, break something, a rib. Say I laughed when I saw him get up. When he came back up, he made me back. Sorry. he didn't know what to do. I tiny. My God, the man flipped over and he didn't know what happened. But I'll say to you something. I have it somewhere, but it was Psalm 92 or one of those Psalms I read, and it dawned on me that I should sometimes not read them. So you see, you gotta be careful with persons who despisefully hate you, persons who, for no reason at all, they just don't like the best bone in you, but they go out to try to defame you and besmirch you and all the other things, and you were just an innocent guy, innocent girl on your business. You don't trouble anybody. You speak your issues. You use your constitutional right to speak on issues, When you do speak on issues, these people come out, they insult you, they attack you. And by the way, you're not talking about them, you're speaking about a government system, but yet they take it so personal that they want to besmirch you, they want to do all sorts of stuff to you. And they do it openly, not realizing that they are creating curses on themselves. Anything they touch will not prosper. Anytime you are speaking falsely about somebody, you're spreading lies, propaganda on an individual, an innocent person, a praying innocent person, your destruction is sure. Believe it or not. And it comes in phases. Yes, it comes in phases. So you got to be very careful, that you don't. And that's why I always say to people, let's deal with the issues and not the person. Let's deal with the issues and not the person. Because we can get ourselves in a lot of spiritual trouble when we start to besmirch or damage person's reputation. But for me, my reputation cannot be damaged because it is what it is. I've always been an open book. I have nothing to hide, nothing in my closet. Very open, and you too should live that life. And even though you have a past, never allow anyone to try to silence you based on your past. I want you to determine in your heart that by the grace of God, that nothing anyone say about your past will affect you, especially if you have dealt with it. You have forsaken that path. You have repented of whatever weakness or challenge that you've been going through. But please don't allow anybody, friends, to hold your past against your future. And that's what these hacks do. They try to go back as far as they can to find something, whether you had a girlfriend and you left the girlfriend, whether you steal somebody mango as a little boy, they go as far back as they can in order to deface you, deframe you. And the reason why they do it, friends, is because they are weak. One, they are weak. They cannot have a educated discussion, an informed discussion. They do not understand what they're discussing. They do not understand the role of government, how government function. And so what they do is, because they do not know how to engage there, then they go back to this gutterish thing, getting at your past, and try to charter their future for you. But you should not allow anybody to pave the road for you. You pave that road. God has given you the will. God has given you the might, the power, and no good thing will he withhold from you if you determine in your heart to walk upright. Don't let nobody charter no future for you or your children. You charter that future. You dream. You dream, and you ensure that you go out of your way to fulfill that dream by the grace of God. But don't let no bandit, no hack determine how far you go in life. And that's why for me, I will ever go forward. No step backward. Ever go forward. Why? Because I've come to understand that not everyone that smiles and laughs with you means well for you. And two, there's a lot of jealousy that goes around in this community that I'm speaking to. Some people are jealous of you because of your platform. Some people are jealous of you because of your character. Some are jealous of you because you have a car. Some are jealous of you because you have a house. Some are jealous of you because they're just jealous of you. They don't know why they're jealous of you, but they're jealous of you. So for me, I am saying to you, don't let nobody decide where you go in life. As a Christian, for me, I don't allow any other Christian to determine where I go because I understand that among the Christians that there are a lot of jealousy and hypocrisy. So I don't worry about that. There are persons who have not called me in years. They're on Facebook, they have my number, they're on WhatsApp. They don't call me. They will call me if there's something that they need. But to say hi, hello, happy Sabbath, how was your week? I'm praying for you. Nothing so. But these are the ones that will say to me, that will go behind my back and say, oh, he's not supposed to be doing that. He's going to hell and he's not a Christian and blah, blah, blah. And they start calling you out of your name. Those are Christians. So that's why I do not allow anyone or any system to decide how far I go in life or what I can do as an individual, especially when it comes to civic duties and social issues. I don't allow people to get in my path there. Because these are the same persons who will say to you, well, Martin Luther, he was a good guy, and we have freedom, and we can drive in the bus, we can ride in the bus, and we can work now, and we have the freedom to vote. Who got you that freedom? It was Christians who went out of character, went out of the mold to achieve those freedoms. It was that black preacher, Martin Jr., that black preacher who would preach in the pulpit and cry out against racism and cry out against the double standard in the society and demand equal rights for blacks. Stand up and demand on the pulpit that black people be able to vote, and that black people are seen as equal with the whites. That there's no percentage of human in us. We are all humans. It was preachers, but no, they know so much. Half of them very dumb dogs, dumb. One hand you teaching black history in your church, you're talking about blacks and freedoms, and on the other hand, you say to others in this era, in this time, to know you don't talk. Leave those people in the world. Let them die. Let them go through all social injustice, social ills. Let them go through it. The poor grandmother, the poor uneducated person who can't read and write and understand certain issues, and so they need your voice on their behalf. So just leave them alone. Let's just tell them about their salvation. That's hypocrisy. And then you say to them when they don't bring tithe into your church, oh, you're not bringing tithe, you all curse. But they're not being empowered to go out and make a living. They have no voice. They're being underpaid. Women who are pregnant are doing security work and are being forced to work the very same hours that a man would work. A mother who has children and she's a security guard are given the same graveyard shifts, and her children are home alone being abused by family members. And because she got to earn that living, the church wouldn't help her. She got to go out, leave the children to watch themselves. And then in the society, we have a whole set of ills as a result of that. And the church should say nothing. The preacher should say nothing. You are not Christian enough when you speak about it. So that's why I say to you, don't let anybody determine how far you go in life. Understand your purpose. Understand that purpose and fulfill that purpose by the grace of God. And never do anything without God. Let him be your guide, not man. I scarcely ask certain people for advice. No, I ask God. And he have never disappointed me, Anytime you see I have disappointments, it's me disappointing myself, not God. Because I don't listen to him. I don't follow him all the time. And so I run into problems. The Lord shows you, He shows you. Even your enemies that they're plotting against you, you see it. I saw all my enemies plotting against me. I saw them. I saw when we had sent some monies for a certain medical procedure. I got that dream, and my assistant called me, and she said to me, "Garfield, something is not right." And I said, "No, no, no. Let's just hold off. Everything is okay." She said, "No, Garfield." She said, "I am telling you, something is not right." I kept doubting her for months or months. I keep telling her, "No, no, no, everything is good," until she was proven right. So sometimes we do not pay attention and we lean to our own understanding and we get into problems. Because if I had listened to her and we had dealt with it way back at the time, then we would not have a problem. But sometimes we allow things to go and go because we do not follow the voice of God. And we always end up in destruction. So I'm just saying to you, friends, before Timothy comes on, you guys just hang in there. Have a purpose. Do not live your life without a purpose. If you are renting, for instance, determine in your heart that one day you will have your own house, your own property. Yes, there is power in thoughts and power in words. You affirm that. Speak it. Believe it. And believe that God is the one who bestows these gifts to you. You will receive it, friends. Some of you are saying you want to come to America, but you will never get a visa. Don't tell yourself that. Don't go to the embassy saying that they will reject you. No. You go and you claim that visa. You go over there and you say, look, I will be in the United States. I will be in whatever country I want to be in by this time. You tell yourself that. I guarantee you, friends, it will work. But many times we are hindering ourselves. And that's why we are to liberate our minds. We enslaved ourselves through the mind. But we got to free ourselves by renewing our hearts, renewing our mind, and being more positive. Some of us are too negative. Everything is the end of the world. We are bitter. We cuss off everything that pass. A fly pass, mosquito, a cat pass, a dog pass, you cuss it off. You even cuss off yourself by mistake in the mirror. Because you're negative. You're negative. So if you are so negative, everything around you will be negative. Your finance will be negative. Your children will be negative. Your husband will be negative. Your wife will be negative. On the job, it will be negative. On the bus, negative. You plant gardens, it will be negative. Nothing you touch will be positive because your mind set have not been liberated. Many of you can be millionaires. Many of you can be rich, But you say to yourself, me, man, I never touch $5,000. Me, I will never touch $5,000. Don't tell yourself that. Let me tell you a story about me. I was driving when I was working in St. Lucia. Man, every time I'm on the Brinks truck, I'm saying to myself, one day I'm going to get a car, because you want to show off with the girls and everything else. I say, one day I'm going to get a car, man. And you see all them girls jumping to get ride. And people will respect you when you get your car, Back in the days, not a lot of cars. And I was determined. I said, well, I will get a car. And I dream about it. I dream driving. And you see people coming, you're picking up people and you're dropping them off. I used to dream that. And brethren, I went at Shell at cul-de-sac to do a pickup. Texaco or Shell, whatever it was at the time. And when I went in to collect the money, I saw a black car outside with nice rims, a Suzuki. So I went in and I asked, who's that car? And the guy said to me, do you want to buy it? I said, sure. No, I don't have no money. I said, sure. So I told him I'm coming back next week. I asked him how much. He said 5,000. Reverend, I went home dreaming about that black car. I didn't want nothing else but that black car. I went to Cooperative Bank it was at the time. I think it's First National now. And there was a friend there in the loans department. They know me. They know me. The banks know us, all the bank. So I went and I said, I need $5,000. And she said, to do what? I said, I need to get a car. Somebody. She said, a car? I'm not giving you that loan. I said, yeah, I need it. And so we talk, and so she said, okay, but you have to assign your salary. We got to assign your salary to come to the bank. Reverend, I walk out with that loan. I went straight to her. I didn't have no license. I did not have a license. So I give the man the cash and I said, Boje, how am I going to get this car home? Boje, how am I going to do that? So I started looking at other vehicles. It was an automatic. I started looking. I saw D, I saw R, and I saw N. So I said, D must be for drive. Reverend, I lying to you. I said D must be for drive, and I put that thing in drive, and I see it move forward. I say, good. And R should be for reverse. So I put it in reverse, and it went back. Reverend, I drove that thing from cul-de-sac to Denry. On my way to Denry, I see a little girlfriend I had by the road. But that one, she had messed me up. Reverend, I pass her straight. I pull down the window and I blow my horn, and she waved, and I hold on to the steering wheel tight, and I went up the bad lane into Denry with the car. Pema Peko house, I'm not Pema Chibis, I would do, because that's what I dreamed for. That's what I wanted, and nothing was going to stop me. When I got going into Fordor, up Fordor Hill, police roadblock. Boche, Makuba Sekatable. Hey, the police look at me, and the police say, "Oh, Brinks." I say, "Yeah, man, everything good." And he said, "Go, go, 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 go." Reverend, from that day, moi happy money motor car moi. Say police about do boot moi. I was driving all over with my little car, happy, 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 because I dreamed about it. And I was the only young boy with a vehicle in the Denver church. Of course, there were one or two you say, oh, I don't want your ride because you don't have license. I said, that's you. I have ride. I going home. If you don't want to ride, we used to go to Guadalupe, all them places, crusade. You don't want to ride? You stay by the bus stop. I going home. All aboard. And so that's why I said you don't let anything, any obstacle block you from your dream. You can achieve it. And so the second incident is that I say, I tired of being in St. Lucia. I want to go on vacation. And I want to go to America, but I don't have visa. I remember a friend of mine in Denver, he had a visa. And you know what the guy did to me? Show off on me, tell me, oh, you want to rent my visa?